what did you think about the Rodney interview
I thought
yesterday?
I thought it was awesome, and I was hoping maybe there was an opportunity that we might have imparted some knowledge on him. I don't know. Did
I
you
need
think?
to
Did you
I need
feel?
to I need to re-listen. But I really appreciated that he said that we asked unique questions.
Yeah,
I felt really good about that.
that was. Listen, that's a feather in our cap because think of how many people
Interview him, yeah.
interview him and ask questions, and him saying that these are questions that he's never had to answer before. So
Like
we
we
made him
definitely made
think.
him think. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. He like had to sit there and think. It was great.
I thought one of the biggest things for me, because I'm such a tiny little boutique, but lots of people with small stores always say that like I'm too small. He's 500 square feet, and in 8 years or whatever was doing 2 million. That proved to me that size
It
doesn't matter when it
it
comes to
it
the
does
size of your
give
store.
it gives us hope. Yes, for sure.
For all of us, regardless of size.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. I
Um
thought I scratched down some notes to him, like the amount of community involvement that he's
yeah.
in.
Oh my gosh. That was like that was my biggest takeaway. Like
Yeah,
the community involvement. And I've heard this before from other sources, if you give, you get back.
uh,
But it made me feel like I need to do a lot more with my
yeah.
community.
Well, and it kind of like it reminded me, um, back in the days when it was in me and my store, when it was myself and Ella and Olivia. Um, that was part of kind of my employee review process, if you will. And I think I was asking them to do like 2 or 3 hours, all of us, not just them, but all of us, with 2 or 3 hours of volunteer work every quarter. And that was just part of what I wanted from the House of Paws team. Of course, over time, when it became, me working 7 days a week again, I'm like, I don't have time to volunteer. I just want to sleep.
Did it matter what kind of volunteer work? Or, like,
No,
could you go to the
no.
library?
No, and I think I want to implement that back in with the team that I do have. I think it kind of is an indication of like good people, right? The guy who's like, I'm not volunteering to help other people. Oh, well, maybe you're not a good fit for my team. So maybe it's like
Mm,
a little gauge, and maybe it
hmm.
becomes part of the interview questions that we ask, like, do you do any volunteer work? And you know and then you tell them, like, we actually ask for 3 hours which is nothing. 3 hours a quarter is literally an hour a month. So
Yeah. No, I
yeah,
like it. I like it. I
yeah,
mean, it's not just good for the business. It's good like for the
for your
soul.
community, yeah, and for
Yeah.
your soul. Well, that's when he was talking about it. I'm like, how did you have this much time? Because he did so much volunteering.
Yeah. Well,
But
he did only have like two sales the first 2 months he was open.
yeah, $20.
So
$20.
I think he did have some time at that point.
Oh
But
yeah,
but
well,
even with but let me stick on community real quick because even with volunteer aside, I also took away from that like I do buy local goat milk from a local goat farmer about 45 minutes away from us, right?
okay.
And I jotted down a note. I need to do a video with her or take a picture of her and support her and promote
Yep.
her farm because she doesn't just do goat milk. She has like soap and all that. So,
Yeah.
I just need to
I was thinking
promote
about it
it.
when he was talking about that. I don't know how he did that. And maybe he was able to do that years ago, because today, like,
Do you know any farmers?
well, yes, but this is my yes, but this is the problem. Um, when all this, like, Canada First elbows up stuff started happening in Canada, I started reaching out to local farmers in Saskatchewan, and the one guy, so I call him up and I'm like, hey, like, I own a pet store, and I'm wondering if there's an opportunity for me to get raw goat's milk from you, like, to sell to my customers. And he laughed and he's like, you can tell me whatever story you want, but I'm not selling you milk. And I'm like, what?
Why?
And he's like, it's illegal and don't try to get me to sell you. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, so anyways,
Because it's
big, long,
raw?
because it's milk in Saskatchewan, in Canada. So, or no, in Saskatchewan. So maybe it is different where he is because, so we have an organization in Saskatchewan called Sask Milk,
Mm.
and they are the guys that control all milk sales. So technically, for
It's like
our
the
local,
milk mafia.
that's what he said. That's literally what he said. So he was like, it doesn't matter who you are, everything has to go through them. So he is a farmer, right? And he's got goats and all the things. And like he said, for personal consumption, I can drink my goat's milk. I can give some away to family. I cannot resell. If I am caught reselling, I would be shut down. There's these huge fines. But so he said he looked into like qualifying to be a Sask milk farmer dude, whatever. He said the amount of money that it would cost him to set up and register and all the things, he said I could sell milk for the rest of my life and I'd still never make my money back. So like
What? That's
yeah,
milk mafia. Yeah.
that is exactly what he said. And I'm like, who do we talk to about this? And he's like, literally go talk to your government officials. Because he said Sask Milk is the mafia. They're the freaking milk mafia.
How
And he
far are
said that,
you away from another province? Can you go somewhere else?
yeah, right. Well, not
You're
that
smack
far.
dab in the middle, though, aren't you?
I kind of am, yeah. But
Yeah.
I kind of, I was just thinking about Rodney though too. When he talked about, like the way that he would kind of sample his supplements. So
Oh my gosh.
that's
I'm
genius.
trying to wrap my mind around it because I'm like, okay, um, back in the day, I would make it like an information card for each one, like one for milk thistle, one for chicory root, or whatever. But now I'm thinking, what if I just put a QR code on each little baggie, and then
Yep,
that goes to an info sheet that I built out in Canva?
yep.
Um,
But I mean, and when he talked about pet parents with now again, we have to come to today's time because when Rodney was doing this, it was years back. I'm sure he still does it, but years ago when he was doing this, that was probably trailblazing at the time because most people probably didn't do supplements. I never did supplements with my big dogs. I never even thought about supplements for my dogs. And so him getting over that hurdle of the, wow, what if my dog doesn't eat it, or what if my dog doesn't like it, or my dog is super picky, and then just giving them the little satchel and
I mean, I wish more supplement brands that we already buy from
did
offered
supplement
like little,
samples.
just a little tiny like, you know, Ziploc,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I know I've talked to a couple of my supplement companies asking for supplements. We have, like, I mean, I have those tiny little Ziplocs, and lots of times we make our own samples with something. We have done
mm,
samples for sure, like the chewable samples
that's
for sure.
easier. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure it is, rather than sitting there with a spoon and
powder.
spooning powder. Yeah, but the QR, I think if you did it, yeah, like the QR code, and maybe, I mean, you couldn't do it with all because how do you do it with a tincture?
You can't do it with a tincture,
No, but
but
him even doing
but
whole foods, that was cool
even
too.
just starting with milk thistle,
Yeah,
um, it gets it would get somebody used to using a supplement
yeah.
when they don't use supplements at all.
Or mushrooms.
Oh, powdered, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like a powdered mushroom. I mean, because I know like lots of people when they come into my store, and if it's, oh, I'm suggesting that Fluffy has this, that, whatever. Um, and they're like, where do I start? Because now I've just suggested like there's 6 different supplements that we could look at. This to address that, this to address that, whatever. And mushrooms is always going to be in my list of recommendations. And so when they
Yeah.
look a little bit overwhelmed, I'm like, start with the mushrooms.
I know you can get bulk mushroom powder from some of these companies.
Yeah, I keep getting an
Yeah.
email about that too. Like I don't know the name of the company, but then I'm like, how do I know your sourcing is good? I
Is
don't know.
it
But I also,
maybe it's real mushrooms? Is it real
oh
mushrooms?
no, I don't know that they do bulk. I know that's where I
Mm.
buy my mushrooms that I
Mm.
take.
Mm.
But the
I've
mushroom,
bought from them, yeah.
yeah, this bulk supplement company that keeps emailing me, I literally have to buy by the barrel.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I'm
No.
like, I don't want to get in the supplement business like that.
At that point you'd have to launch like your own supplement line.
100%, right? Like, how am I getting through a freaking barrel? But
Well, I've said it before. What about, Pet Shop Girls supplement line?
Oh boy, listen, listen. Let's start with the merch, man.
Oh,
I didn't tell you.
what?
I started designing our t-shirts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
I got a
I'm
bunch.
excited.
I was showing them to
Well, if
people
they're
at the
anything
Pets
like your
Canada show.
stickers, if they're anything like your stickers, like
Well, some of the stickers are just going to be copy pasted onto the t-shirt, and we'll just
yeah.
make the Pet Shop Girls. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for his episode to come out. And when I was in Toronto chatting with all the pet pros there, lots of people were excited about his episode coming out. So now that we've recorded it, well, I know, like, you were kind of nervous.
I
You were
was
kind of
I was very nervous. Well, he's like the biggest name we've had.
out of the two of us, though. When I know like all of the things about the man, I could tell him things about himself. I wasn't nervous. I was probably too tired.
Yeah, yeah. I was nervous with Susan Thixton too.
You were nervous with Bob Nagan when he first came on too.
Yeah, but Bob, like he kind of, I don't know. Like I kind of want him to be my grandpa. I don't know.
Grandpa Bob. No, I think there was gold in Rodney's episode. So I'm excited to make the playbook for our Substack guys because it is a playbook. It is
Yeah.
maybe I'll call it the golden playbook.
Ooh, and you can have gold sparkles on it. Yes.
And I'll put Rodney's face
Or like
floating in
Rodney's face
between
with
us.
like gold coming behind it. You know he's gonna love
Oh my
that.
god.
He's gonna love
Yeah.
that. You gotta send that to him.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. We talked. That was amazing. That he gave us 2 hours. That was amazing.
Oh my god, so gracious. I like, you know how they say, and I think you posted about this. Meeting your
Your
heroes.
heroes.
Sometimes it can be disappointing.
Yep. Yep.
He was not disappointing. He
Do you
was
know?
so nice.
And do you know what else I think that I have learned from him? And I didn't even touch on that in my post. Like I just kind of talked about the influence that he's had on me with regards to House of Paws. But I'll tell you, like when I kind of got into the pet industry and I started to learn who Rodney Habib was, and then I requested his friendship on Facebook and he accepted. I was like, this is the best day of my life. And then I got a birthday greeting from like in Facebook, right? Like I got happy birthday,
I remember
Carly,
you
and I'm
told
like,
me about that, and you were like, "Oh my
oh
god!"
my god, I screenshotted it. I saved it in my photos, like ridiculous, right? But and then meeting him and he's just as genuine and he is the guy that you see on social media in person. Um and then when we do this show and now we have a little bit of notoriety, the word that I'm trying to say,
Notoriety.
that in the industry, and when we go to shows and events and people recognize us, and I just think about how he made me feel like he knew me when
No,
when I talked to him.
I look up to him as a as
Mentor.
how I need to act when people meet me. Like,
Yeah.
He's definitely a leader.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where I kind of think like I try to take a page out of his book, right? Like so, and as stupid and as minuscule as it sounds, but when people that I do not know, I have never met on Facebook, are friending me and I see they're in the pet industry, I'm like, yeah. And I just think if I am to them what Rodney was to me, I'm not going to say it just made their day that I accepted their friend request, but they're like, oh my god, they see me, they know me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because that's how I felt. And then when people do walk up to me and tell me like, oh, I follow you on Instagram or TikTok, or I listen to your Pet Shop Girls, like I'm always very grateful and thanking them for their support. And because I'm not as good as him, man. Like that guy, he meets you once, he knows you. And
Yeah.
I'm awful with names. You know this. If you have a
I
dog, I'll know your dog's
I'm
name.
very, yeah, I know the dogs' names. I don't know people names. Yeah. So sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey guy, how are you? You know?
Yeah. That's what I always say, that I'm like, oh, hello.
You?
I don't know. No, you know what? And I think most people are like, okay, when I walk up to Judy Morgan and I'm like, "Hi, Dr. Judy Morgan," and she's like, "Hello," like she has no idea why. Right? So, but I'm kind of
That's so
I'm like
funny.
looking at your name tag. Do I know you? And then they're like, "You don't know me, but I follow you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, thank you." And he's so just having 2 hours with somebody who is a mentor and a leader in this industry um, was freaking
I feel like you
incredible.
could have gone on 8 hours, but again,
Days,
I had to be
days.
the time Nazi.
The
I'm
time
so
Nazi. I
sorry.
know we're gonna have to let Kyle know that
Because
we're
I was
super
worried
wrong.
that Dr. Becker would walk in the room and take him away in the middle of the podcast.
But we should have stayed on until Dr. Becker crashed the podcast. No, yeah, we'll have to tell Kyle we started a half an hour. Well, that first part though, um, I'll like try
Use your
to
video magic.
try to fix it up, and then we can put that on Substack for sure,
Mm-hmm.
like on our paid side, um, which I think is like again, he's just loved by so many people that I don't think it matters. Like if you're paid or free, you wanna see what Rodney has to
For
say.
sure. For
But
sure.
yeah, no, I think like you said too. I love the fact that he said like these are nobody's ever asked me
Well,
these
I'm sure
questions
he's tired
before.
of like just talking about himself all the time, you know?
Himself or well, I was gonna say or nutrition, but then no, he would
He's
never get
very
tired of
passionate.
talking about nutrition.
Like when I asked about the milk thistle samples, like then he just started going on
Yeah,
about like chicory root and like I could tell he was very passionate about that. So
yeah.
yeah, surprisingly, he still likes to talk about nutrition. Yeah,
uh, and I get that too because like I actually that is a shirt I'm going to make that the swear jar, like this is my swear jar and this is my jar for talking about pet nutrition when nobody asked. I am that person, like
unsolicited pet nutrition advice.
100%, and maybe that's what unsolicited pet nutrition advisor.
Yes, yeah,
That could be a good shirt. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, okay. Well. Okay. We got to get some ads recorded
Yep.
and okay. So
I don't
we
think we need to
will
stop, but I am going to write this time down.